we are talking today is about actually using time on yourself. And this is a topic that will be now and then touching because it's all about not just developing a business that's sustainable as well as profitable, but also developing yourself, something that is going to, of course, reflect in the business that you're doing. And recently, we just saw how Elon Musk is planning on creating a specific branch of the government to actually cut out 90% of all employees and costs in government administration, as well as we saw how he rushed into the Tesla factory and just fired a whole bunch of people when they arrived to work in the morning. They didn't have to access to the building. They couldn't get into the building, so that meant most of them were fired without any notifications. And of course, there are pros and cons because there are families to feed. And when you get rid of people without any notification, it creates a lasting effect. But then also on the other side, if you're running a business and if you want to run it effectively, you have to ensure that additional costs that's actually slowing the business down or slowing the growth of the business or not returning the numbers that you want has to be cut. And as well, that it also includes human resource. And as we see a nation or globally, as people become more self-sufficient because of technology, because of social media, because of internet, robotics, and AI, more and more of us are becoming owners of our own businesses. Even if you're working in a company, you're still an entrepreneur. You have to think like an entrepreneur, and you have to think, are you actually putting in the adequate amount of work for what you're getting, and is that work actually satisfying you, making you feel good at the end of the day, or are you just slaving just for a paycheck from day to day, hating every moment that you're at that workplace? So this is something that we're looking at because with the advent of technology, we are seeing more and more amazing tech become accessible for a very small price. Robotics specifically is becoming cheaper and cheaper every day. And also other types of existing machines and tools which we have been using, but of course they've been upgraded by the latest robotic technology, infusing AI into them and sensors and actuators so that you can actually train a robot to lay big bricks and carry heavy things so that you not necessarily have to use your physical strength, and which is good on a certain day, which isn't at its best on certain days, to do your work. So what does this mean to the average person? Let's say a carpenter, a gardener, someone who's cleaning windows, someone who is repairing cars, someone who is doing electrical work, and specifically work that puts you in danger, where you have to climb up a roof to change tiles, or you have to go under dangerous equipment like fixing automobiles, vans, trucks, transport vehicles, or lifting heavy loads in warehouses, in construction, and so on, and doing repetitive work, which also is very harmful for you in the long run. So the accessibility of inexpensive robotics and inexpensive solutions today gives us the ability to be a single entrepreneur or a very limited crew working on very complex projects, because we see very complex transportation systems now available to us, so we can transport much easily with lesser costs and less impact on the environment. At the same time, we are seeing more accessibility to either used high quality earth moving and other type of equipment in construction and building industry, which could be acquired or rented at a lower price, and also autonomous and AI driven controls, so makes them much more precise to control and not and actually have less qualifications than what we used to, because in the past you had to use your human senses to judge if this machinery is functioning correctly and the right proximity from the location and the other structures around them, and specifically humans around them. But today, because of sensors and cameras and AI and computer vision, we can actually just order these machines, like how we request ChatGPT to write a document for us. We can actually just speak to the machines, tell them what it needs to do, show them what it needs to pick up, show them where it needs to put it down, and so on and so forth. And the machines, computing power that the machines have, they would do it with so much precision that even a human, well-trained human controller cannot do it. So we are seeing this evolution happening now. We are seeing people are starting to really understand the tech that is at hand and really understand how this tech can be used. And this is where we see businesses moving forward as well, where most of us becoming independent contractors. We are becoming self-sufficient entrepreneurs, self-sufficient people. And as we realize that this system gets better, we realize that there is no need to live in a centralized place like a big city. We can live away from the city. We can have decentralized systems. We can be self-sufficient. We can have smaller, much more closely knit communities, supplying food and services and goods to each other. And this is where we feel humanity is heading, or the next iteration in human existence is. So, what are your thoughts about how technology is enabling us humans to get in touch with nature and with ourselves and make our lives much better, giving us more time to spend with the people we love and doing the things that we really enjoy doing?